He never told his story in the first person. Not because he couldn't, but because saying I made it feel too real, too heavy. So he spoke of himself as someone else. There was once a boy, let's call him. He grew up in a house filled with voices, but very little warmth. Family gatherings were loud, laughter echoed, but beneath it all ran a quiet current of jealousy and comparison. He was different, quieter, more observant. And in families like his, difference was a weakness waiting to be exploited. It started small. A whisper here, a twisted story there. His cousins, smiling to his face, began weaving a narrative behind his back. They framed his silence as arrogance, his independence as rebellion. Every small mistake he made was magnified, reshaped, and delivered to his parents like poison wrapped in concern. He's changing. He doesn't respect you anymore. He's hiding things. And slowly, the people who were supposed to know him best stopped recognizing him. One night it all collapsed. Accusations filled the room, sharp, relentless, unforgiving. He tried to explain, tried to piece together the truth, but it was like shouting into a storm. His words had no weight anymore. Trust had already been replaced. His parents didn't yell the loudest. They just stopped defending him. That hurt more. In the end, they didn't throw him out. It was worse, they let him go, quietly. As if losing him was easier than questioning everything they'd been told. And just like that, he became a stranger to his own home. For a long time he wandered, not just physically but mentally. Betrayal does something strange to a person. It doesn't just break trust in others, it makes you question your own reality. Was he really the problem? Was he blind to his own flaws? Or had he simply been outplayed? But pain, when it settles long enough, begins to change shape. He's turned into something sharper, purpose. He stopped trying to prove himself to people who had already decided who he was. Instead, he began proving something to himself. He worked, not in bursts of motivation, but in quiet, consistent obsession. While others slept, he learned. While others spent, he saved. While others talked, he built. Years passed, and the boy who was once dismissed as a problem became something far more dangerous, someone who didn't need validation anymore. Money came slowly at first, then faster, then all at once. Success has a way of silencing old voices. One day he returned. Not out of longing, but closure. The same house stood there. The same walls, the same echoes. But everything felt smaller now. They recognized him instantly. Not because of his face, but because of what he had become. The cousins who once smiled while tearing him apart couldn't meet his eyes. The same people who shaped lies now stumbled over their words, trying to reshape the past. And his parents, they looked at him like they had lost something irreplaceable. Maybe they had. He didn't yell. He didn't accuse. Revenge, he realized, wasn't in destruction. It was in distance. It was in becoming so far removed from their version of him that their betrayal no longer had power. He forgave them, not because they deserved it, but because he refused to carry their weight any longer. And then he left again. But this time it wasn't exile. It was choice. And if you asked him today, he still wouldn't say, I went through all that. He'd just smile faintly and say, there was once a boy.